Welcome to another episode of LEGO Worlds. I am Utrom, and today we are going to be building another playset. I believe this is probably going to be a medium-sized one. As you can see, I already put down some base plates to work on. And one of them's going to be water. And we're going to just build another playset. This playset in particular is going to be pretty interesting. Wasn't sure how I was going to go with it. But I had fun building this one because I got to use different tools this time. That I normally don't use. As you can see, I'm raising the terrain. So from a base plate, it now has texture being developed on it. And I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to build at the time. I just wanted to do something a little different. And like I said, the first playset I did, it was a tiny one, but it was fun to build the first one. I wanted to try something a little bit bigger, and I threw some ideas around on what I wanted to sort of build, and I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. So I've seen different types of playsets that have water, lava, and grass, and I thought, well, let me build a playset based on like water and grass, just to see how it comes out, or what I can pretty much do with what I'm building. And the idea was fun because it gave me a chance to use tools I haven't used. It gave me a chance to try and be creative for a change, instead of building houses all the time. And I think I'm going to be doing more playset builds when I get a chance. I am working on Valentine's Day content, which I will be revealing on February 14th. So for, I would say, the Valentine's content, it's going pretty good. I think you guys will be surprised of what I made for Valentine's Day out of Legos. It's something you normally wouldn't think of. And I'm just going to leave that as a hint to let you guys think about what I'm doing in Legos for Valentine's Day. So here I'm putting down I like to call this a barrier. Because what I want to do is I'm going to add water to the water section the best I can. So far we just have a base with a dock on it. And I'm going to fill this in with water paint because it will turn it to basically water. Now I don't know if it's the paint I was using, but it looks like it's not water, but it is. So what I did was I painted it and then I sort of rebased it, even though I kept the water effect there. And I wasn't entirely sure how this was going to work out. Again, this was just me just trying to be creative, messing around with some of the Lego pieces, messing around with what paint gimmicks can do. I call them paint gimmicks because some of the paint is water and you can go swimming in it. Some of the paint's lava, and when you touch it, it's got that lavery burn to it. So as you can see, there's a water effect. But I didn't like the fact that it's turned the thing green. So what I did was I decided to put a base plate underneath on top of the green. That way it keeps the watery effect, but it shows up blue. Because that's the color of water I wanted. And then this got a little confusing because every time I clicked back and forth, each side turned green. I don't know why, but eventually I do fix it. As you can tell, it's nighttime in the world. But yeah, I like the fact that now it's got a watery effect to it. And the thing is, it's like, what do I want to add to my playset? You can add anything you want to a playset, and that's what I like about making playsets. But my thing was, what did I want this playset to entail? How do I want it to look? And what feeling do I want to bring to it? Because right now it just looks like, okay, I got grass here, I got water here, and I just have a dock sitting on the water. And now the question comes to mind, well, I gotta put something with this land I made on this base plate. And what is it going to be? I mean, it could be a fishing house, it could be anything related to fishing, but I wanted to make it a little bit interesting. So, first thing I'm going to do is draw an outline of what I'm going to build. Because I'm not sure how this is going to look, how it's going to be affected by gameplay if I use it as a playset. So I'm thinking that I want to make some sort of cave. But not a big cave, just a small cave for a playset. I mean, I could have done, like I said before, like a fishing house or something along those lines for this one. I could have done a couple other things if I thought about it a lot. But I wanted to do something more of a little exploration, just change it up a little bit. So right now, it doesn't look like a cave. It looks like I'm putting Legos down in weird pattern. And yeah, it does look like a weird pattern. But when it's all done, it's going to look amazing. I was shocked at what I came up with when I was building. In the beginning, it usually doesn't look as much when you're building, but as you keep adding to it, it gets better and better. Sometimes I can over add to something, but I think I got it down to where I liked it as a playset. So now I'm going to put the ceiling of my cave and again, it doesn't look like a cave, it looks like a box. That's fine, because I've been messing around with some stuff beforehand to see what I can do with it. So I was looking at my options. And I realized I wanted the peak, not the cone, but I kept going towards the cone. And I decided, well, let's get out of that menu and go to the other menu. And see if we can't use the peak. And now it's taking the box I made, and it's just rearranging it a little bit. To look like it was a cave, and that it belongs to that model. Now, I took a little bit of the Legos off of the grass area here because I just wanted some room to work with. To be able to put stuff in there or whatnot if I need to. Well, now that we have our cave, I want to fix it up a little bit. So I'm just going to fix it up to make it look like it belongs. So this was an interesting build for the cave. So now we have a dock with water and an empty cave to work with. Okay, so now we have a structure for our playset. Now it just comes down to filling it in. And what I mean by that is picking out objects that you might like on your playset. Which I think I did a pretty decent job filling it in. Of course, I ain't showing the new little tweak I did, which will be in the thumbnail. So the picture in the thumbnail is not going to match up exactly with this, because I did just a slight tweak. I don't know if you guys will see it or not. And I gotta say, decorating was kind of fun for this one. I wanted to add a lot of stuff to it, but seeing that it was a medium-sized playset, I had limitations onto how much stuff I can add to the brick build. And I wanted to give the grassy area more of an adventure theme type, which worked out pretty great. if you ask me. I mean, I could probably went less on the decorating instead of decorating as much as I did, but I liked the objects I added, so if you guys want to try and build something like this, you can. And you can use your own objects and make it the way you want it to look. But I wanted a Lego playset that screened adventure and fishing at the same time. Don't know why. So it's like two different adventures you can do. You can go on an exploring adventure, or if you get bored exploring, you can do a little fishing, or whatever you want to do with the dock. I thought about putting like treasure inside the cave. And I thought about like a tree type thing or the nest type thing, and I was like, well, it doesn't look that spectacular with these objects in there. It wasn't screaming out to me like when I normally build stuff. Certain things will scream out and say, put me here, put me there, or change this, change that to make it better. So I went with this temple decoration here. And for some reason it fits perfectly in the cave. So that got me excited. I was looking for certain pieces that I couldn't find, but later on I did find certain pieces, and I put them in my final build, which I'll put as a thumbnail, the final build. I can't wait to build some more playsets. And I can't wait to see what the new showcase is like. That's coming up soon. But yeah, I'm going through the list like crazy because there's Lego pieces I know I have, I just don't know exactly where they're at. So yeah, it takes me a while because I'm always like double checking if I didn't skip over what I'm looking for. I know I got a lot of Legos to transfer over to Adventure Mode, which I'll be doing that soon. So basically, when it came to doing stuff for the dock area, I felt like it was empty. So in this video, I decided I'm going to put a crate of fish to simulate that there's something there to do like fishing and whatnot. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next LEGO Worlds episode.